Hi, and welcome to my channel. Or, if you're a returning subscriber, hi again. It's so nice to see you back here for another video. My name's Tess Lark, and today I'm going to show you how you can make these stunning 3D epoxy flowers using alcohol ink, epoxy resin, some mica powder, and glitter. So excited for today's project, so let's just hop right into it. I went ahead and I pre-mixed my resin, but I just mixed equal parts of both my part A and part B resin, or the resin and hardener, and I'm also making a few projects today, so I did mix up a big batch of resin, but this mold holds about 75 to 80 milliliters of resin. So to make two of these little trinket dishes, you'll want to mix up around 160 milliliters of resin total. I went ahead and poured a little bit of resin into some smaller containers just to make my colors. And I'm using Passion Purple by Pinata Colors alcohol ink, and I will go ahead and list all of the materials that I use down below in the description, so if anyone wants to try this project for themselves, all of that information will be down there for you. For my white resin, I'm using Pinata Colors, it's their Blanco Blanco, and I'll also be adding some mica powder to that. I'm using the Arteza and Periwinkle Glow because it gives a really pretty translucent blue sheen to the finished product. And when you're mixing pigment in your resin, you want to make sure you keep it to about 90% resin and 10% pigment, and make sure that you thoroughly incorporate that pigment into your resin, scraping both the sides and the bottom of your container as you go. Next, I'm going to go ahead and mix up a little bit of glitter. And for the glitter, I'm going to put the glitter in the cup first because I only want to add enough resin to make it into a bit of a paste. I don't want the glitter to spread out through the entire piece, but I want it to be for the center of the flowers. So just taking a popsicle stick here and drizzling a little bit of that resin into my glitter, and then I'll go ahead and mix that up. And now that I've got my colors all mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my molds. So between usage, I like to keep the molds stored in the bags they came in, or I'll use just Ziploc baggies to try to keep them clean from any dust or pet hair. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling up my molds, and I do like to pour the resin from a higher, small stream, and that does help to pop some of those air bubbles on the way down. And if you are getting value out of this video so far, please don't forget to give it a like. It not only helps out my channel a whole lot, but it also lets me know that I'm making content that you want to see from me. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hit these molds with my heat gun, again to pop any bubbles before moving on. Starting with my colored resin, I'm going to go ahead and begin to make a floral pattern. So I'm just doing a simple 5-petal flower, and I'm just going to go around that a couple times with my purple. And I really love this technique because instead of using piping bags, I just pinch the cup pretty tightly to make sure that the resin is moving out pretty slowly, but there's a little bit less waste because we won't be using plastic bags for piping. And then next, I'm just going to follow that design using my white resin. And I'm doing my best to keep the pinch really tight on there so I can control the resin as much as possible. I don't want too many of these squiggly lines. I would like it to be a little bit smoother. But just filling out some of that negative space with the white a few times, and then we'll move on. And then going in one more time with my purple. And I love how organic these flowers turn out. I think that they're really beautiful. I found the best results when I use a different color and then I also use white. I think something about the white just helps the pigment to really bloom out and kind of sink down to the bottom of the coaster. But let me know what your experiences are in the comments below. I'm also really curious to know what your favorite brands of alcohol ink are and mica powder, and also what resin are you using. I feel like I kind of have my go-to brands and that's sort of what I use, but I'm always really looking for input from other artists, and it seems like a lot of you that watch me are resin artists, which is really, really cool. I also recently started a new Instagram with the same username as this account, so it's Tess Lark with a 3 for the E. If you want to see a little bit more of my personal life or send me pictures of the projects that you're working on, I would love to see you over there. And I'm just going to go over one more time with some purple on this second coaster. And when I'm going over this coaster, I am trying to fill some of this negative space, not just repeat the same lines that I've already made. And once I've used up all of my colored resin, I'm going to take a clean popsicle stick and just draw some lines in between those petals, ending in the middle with a little swirl motion. And next I'm going to take a little bit of that gold glitter from earlier and I'll plop that right down into the center of both of my flowers using 2 popsicle sticks, one to grab the glitter and another one to sort of push the glitter off, again because I didn't make it very runny. I want it to be a bit of a paste. And then before leaving these alone to cure for about 24 hours, I'm just going to go ahead and use my heat gun on the highest setting and start blooming out some of those flowers. So I'm working from the outside of the flower to the center to pop some bubbles and to help it start blooming out. And then I'll go ahead and cover these up and let them cure completely. All right, so I let our pieces set up overnight. They're nice and solid, totally cured, and they're looking really pretty from the back. So let's go ahead and pull them out of their molds and see how they turned out. Ooh. Very pretty, so much dimension. Really like this one. And let's just pull out the second one. Oh, I think I like this one even more. There's so much depth and dimension and movement going on. It's very, very pretty. And I think these pieces turned out so beautiful. They are a little bit blobby in here. This one I think is my favorite. I really love that you get this like really dark purple. You can see that really pretty blue sheen from the mica powder. But with the blobs, I don't know if you noticed, but when I was pouring the white in, it was coming out really fast and sort of making these squiggly lines instead of coming out in these nice smooth lines. So I think that's something that I need to work on a little bit more to get a better finished product. But overall, I think that these are absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments below what color or color combination you'd like to see me try next. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending a part of your day with me. And if you did make it all the way to the end of this video, please leave me some sort of purple emoji in the comments so that I know that it's real. I really hope that you found this video to be informative, and I hope that it inspires you to make something of your own today. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!